Welcome guys to Cooking with Lindsay. It is episode 3 of the Summer Dinner Rhythm series and it is Taco Tuesday. Yay, we're all so excited for Taco Tuesday. So what the Summer Dinner Rhythm series is, Summer Dinner Rhythm is something I created. It's a system to bring nourished, organized meals, dinners to the table during this busy summer season because, you know, in the summertime, we kind of break from routine. Dinner kind of falls low on the priority list, and we need to bring it up higher because it's an amazing time for restoration. It's an amazing time for connection. It's so much better when you're eating home-cooked meals with your household or even just by yourself. It's just more calming. So I created this whole system, and what I'm doing this whole week is I'm showing up live to go through the system. System is such a scientific word, but anyway, I'm showing up live every day to show you how to move through the SDR, because just like you, I have been in the office all day and now I'm back here cooking in real time. Everything is real. So, but the added benefit is I used to be in a, trainer and into meal service and everything like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started with Taco Tuesday. Yesterday we had Mediterranean Monday. That was so fun. We made this like gorgeous salad, all different flavors and colors and textures. So good for us. That was a very good restorative type of meal, like right after a crazy weekend. But now it's Taco Tuesday. It's Tuesday. We've had 2 long work days and we're ready for just, we just need a little bit of pop, because we still got like, how many days left? 3 days of the work week. Okay, so Taco Tuesday. All right. Now the idea is we've already started some prep yesterday on Mediterranean Monday, so we're already ahead of the game and we already know what we're going to make. So we're just coming into Taco Tuesday all confident and feeling good and everything like that. The whole flow is in this PDF that I created that is free for download. This is the flow that we're going through today. It's already planned out. I'm going to go ahead and get started. We always start with whatever takes the longest to cook. So we are making, for Taco Tuesday, we are making chicken fajitas. Big thing about the system is it's all created, like every weeknight has a theme. And I really believe in creating themes because it's going to provide you direction for that night. It's going to limit decision making. And once you really understand the foods that go with the cuisine, it's going to provide a sense of familiarity, consistency, and it's just a really smart way of doing things. I have different themes for the week in the system. You know what? You can always change it if you want to, but this is what we're doing. And everybody loves Taco Tuesday. I mean, come on. So it doesn't have to be tacos. It's just the whole idea of, that flair. So we're doing chicken fajitas, but I did decide when I was doing it that I need to do something meat-free, so we're going to add some refried beans. So for my vegetarians and my vegans, we're going to also have these available for you as well. I already have my oven preheated at 400 because I want to make sure I can cook through the live. And so in yesterday's live, we marinated some chicken. And we're doing chicken thighs. You can use chicken breasts as well. I just explained that I really just started kind of putting chicken into my diet the last year. And I just really love chicken thighs. So that's what we're doing, but feel free to use chicken breasts as well. So the fact that they're marinating overnight with this homemade taco seasoning blend we already made, it's just going to add already so much flavor. Marination is just a key to any kind of flavor. So I'm going to grab a baking sheet and some parchment paper. So, sorry, it's kind of loud. So, I'm going to get that, and I do use quite a bit of, love my parchment paper. You guys use parchment paper? I don't know, I just really love it. It's just so easy for cleanup, you know, because one of the things, sometimes it's not just about how long it takes to cook something, it's the cleanup. All right, I'm just gonna give them a quick zhoosh just to make sure they all are covered. So yes, this is 24-hour marinade. And when I explained yesterday, for my chicken thighs, I don't cut off the fat ahead of time. I just rather pull it off after it's cooked. It just feels like it's kind of like easier, and the less time too I have to be handling raw chicken. So yeah, and I'm just gonna spread these out. I have 6 here, which is great. I'm gonna have leftovers. Well, depends. I know sometimes it's really hard for me to stop. It just depends on how hungry I am. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the middle rack. And I'm gonna set a timer for 20 minutes. And we'll see. You know, 1 second. You know, it is really true what they say, like every oven and stove performs differently, because this is kind of like, I would say this is like middle grade oven, but before this I had like, yeah, I had like the Volvo of ovens, and it took, first of all, it took forever to preheat, and it did perform differently. So that is very important. You do have to get to know like your oven. So my thing is, I'm gonna cook it. You know, it's really good, I guess, to have a meat thermometer. Mine's like not working. I just will like press on it. I'll show you guys. I'm gonna just rinse my hands real quick, because you know, we got touched raw chicken, and I don't want it to get on anything else. I'm gonna rinse off. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the medium cooking time, and which is onions and peppers, because we're making fajitas, and that's a normal thing that's done. And we already cut these yesterday, and so we're already like ahead of the game so much. We already cooked these yesterday after like our Mediterranean meal, and the idea is, the reason why I'm just gonna put this to medium high heat. And I'm going to be adding some extra virgin olive oil just to coat the pan. There's a good amount of peppers and onions here I will have left over. That's also part of the system. I mean, it is a dinner system, but the thing is, you have so many like leftovers. You're gonna have lunch, and we're gonna have a leftover day anyway. But part of the system is that we're making the meal for that day. But then we also do a little prep ahead. And that's really important, because it already puts yourself in motion, and it already eases your mind. And also too, at that point, because the idea would be that you would make your meal, and then you would eat it, and then you come back to the kitchen and do a little bit of prep. I mean, like literally it was like 10 minutes. And although yesterday I kind of just went through it, you know, it's all up to you. You don't have to like go that way if you don't want to. And the idea is, because you're starting to prep now when you're not starving and hungry and yelling and everything, or like not yelling, but you know, when everybody's like, you know, when everybody's all stressed out, like when you're stressed out, when you're famished and everything like that. So while that's heating up, I'm also going to, since I said we're going to do refried beans, and we're just going to use canned. I kept the system as basic as possible, and I think that's very important, because while I use the word basic, I just consider these like foundational pieces. You know, nothing here is like anything crazy, but it's really, I think too, even though it's kind of basic foundational stuff, it still comes together really beautifully. So anyway, what I'm saying, we're using canned refried beans. I know how to like make real beans, but I'm not doing them for the system, because I just want this to be like weekday friendly. And the way like packaging is these days, God, hate when I have to open the drawer. It's like, oh. But the way packaging is these days, it actually is able to preserve a lot of nutrients, and it's just super convenient. So this looks this looks kind of disgusting, but put out refried beans, but that's okay. Anyway, we're just gonna put this on low heat, okay? All right. So this feels hot. I think you're just supposed to do the water test. I'm not going to. So now with the pan with the extra virgin olive oil, I'm going to be adding the peppers and the onions we cut up yesterday. Oh yeah, we hear the sizzle. All right, I'm putting up to 6. These are also like stainless steel pans, so they like heat up fast. I'm gonna preserve this, keep this. You don't need to put this in the dishwasher because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have extra peppers and onions left over. I'm just gonna go ahead and put these back in there to use later this week. All right, so I'm going to just mix these around so they coat with extra virgin olive oil, all the peppers and the onions. All right, it should be at like a 6. I kind of talked yesterday about, I live basically in an apartment. My smoke detector is really sensitive, so I can't really do things at really high heat. But you could still, even though that it feels a little bit limiting, I still can do things. But this stove is actually my last place I cook, but it still works. But I do want to say that because, like, if you ever watch, like, chefs on TV and stuff like that, they always have, like, really high performance, like, ovens and stoves and everything like that, and it makes a difference, okay? But anyway. Okay, so I'm just going to coat these guys. And I'm just going to kind of let them sit there. The good thing about, like, baking your chicken is you kind of leave space on your stove to do all this stuff. So we're good. All right, I'm going to kind of keep my eye on that. I might turn it down just a little bit just because I'm like, it's a little bit more challenging when I'm in front of the camera, like, watch you guys. But it worked yesterday, so we're good. Now we're going to move on. We're going to make some, it's more like Pico de Gallo. Pico de Gallo. Okay? This is our sauces. So we got some cherry tomatoes, and I'm using my big food processor here because I have a whole thing of cherry tomatoes, and I'm just going to do them all because, again, I'm thinking right now, I'm not thinking just for tonight, I'm thinking for the rest of the week. All right. I don't want to fill it up too much because I want to be able to pulse the tomatoes without making them like a puree. I still want consistency because this is really like our salsa. All right, that is good. And then I have some cilantro here, and I include the stems and the leaves because the stems have a lot of flavor. And the fact is, we're here in this food processor, which this big food processor to me is a must-have. Oh my gosh, this cilantro smells really good. This cilantro is getting a little limp. When you pick cilantro, you want to make sure like it's really bright and fresh and crisp. And this look at this guy. He's out to lunch. This is another thing I do whenever I get my cilantro, and usually parsley. I put them in a cup with water and put them in the fridge, and that is something I do immediately, and that does help, even though that was a poor showing of it, right? All right, so got a lot going on, and I'm going to just pulse this. I mentioned yesterday when I created the summer dinner rhythm, I made sure to include all summer vegetables. That's really important to me. When I did actually this looks good. When I created the actual system and like the recipes and the categories and everything, because it's not just like this week of recipes we're going through, it's a whole like category system. I just want to check on my peppers and my onions. I just want to give them a little stir. Okay, awesome. So this is what it looks like, guys. Like, I like to keep it still like you see it, it's still like fresh and chunky. I'm gonna put this into a bowl, and then I'm gonna finish the other half. And I'm gonna put it right into a covered container, because I know I'm gonna have extra, and it just makes it easier. So put it one into my dollar store finds. These bowls, $1 at the dollar store. Aren't they cute with the lemons? The only thing is you can't like throw them in the dishwasher, but that's okay. All right, let me. Oh God, I gotta open the drawer. I gotta open the. I have to give this drawer a name. That sounds so bad. Oh my God. All right. Now you'll see like different, maybe add onion, but the fact is like there's no reason to add onion because I already have onions and peppers going. And it just smells and looks so good already. And it's just like you guys can see how quick it is. A lot of these meals, it's just a lot of simple sub-assemblies is what I'm calling them. So I'm going to finish those off. Put that right there. And let's see if we have any more of this. I mean, it's okay. Honestly, who knows what you would be getting for takeout, right? What do you guys like? What is your favorite, like, kind of, I guess, Taco Tuesday, you would say it's Mexican. What is your favorite Mexican food? What do you guys like? It's always good. When I have my, I don't know, there's just so many different kind of sauces you make. And I'm going to show you guys the system once I'm like done. I'll go through it again because I think it's like, I just need to explain it a little bit. Alright, let me pause this. I just have a lot of water. Alright, this looks beautiful. To me, it's so chunky. Oh God, it just smells so much better. And I love a lot of cilantro. I probably would have added a lot more cilantro if my cilantro wasn't looking like it was out to lunch right now. I don't know like what happened to it. It really matters where you go shopping. That's what I can say. And I messed up. Alright. So this is good. So this is the Pico de gallo. Sweet. I'm going to rinse off my food processor because if you, enchiladas and tacos, fresh sauce, yeah, yes. I was going to say, like, this is very, I feel like what I'm going to show you guys is kind of really, I'm going to use the word basic because, I mean, but it's very, I'll use the word standard chicken fajitas, but I didn't want to go crazy and everything, and this is still work, and that's the thing is, once you know the foundations of different things and you kind of like know the idea, like the different like components of a dish, a plate, then you can, and you have the structure of it, and you can really start being creative with it, like, I don't know, once you already know, maybe like you always do something with chicken, so you're like, you know how to cook it, but then you can do something different with the salsa. You can do something, maybe instead of having a guac one week, you do like a cashew cheese. That's the thing. It's okay to have consistencies, and yeah, maybe every Taco Tuesday you have peppers and onions. I know I did when I had my meal service. I always had those, and so you're used to you know that you're gonna cut them up, and you start creating this rhythm, and yeah. Anyway. Okay, I'm going to rinse this off because I need to rinse. I highly encourage you guys, every time you use something like a processor, a blender, knife, everything, rinse right away because everything gets stuck. here the peppers, the onions are sizzling. That too, I didn't add the taco seasoning that we made on Sunday because I ran out, so I used all of it. But that's why I was suggesting to make extra. But you could add extra to this. Like right now, I wish, well, actually, I do add extra. Hold on. Because part of the whole experience is the smell. You gotta have that smell. Just everything. I'm not really smelling my chicken right now. I don't know, maybe it's taking a while, but I do have some extra taco seasoning. So I'm going to put this on my peppers, onions, and I will definitely start, it will definitely start feeling like Taco Tuesday, okay? And I'll just put some of there. And too, guys, if any of these, like, seasoning blends, if you feel like you want to, like, you know, add some more spice or more garlic or something like that. I mean, spices are like an untapped nutrient market. I did not say that right, but I'm just saying spices are so full of nutrients, so full of flavor, and it's just be bold with them if you want to. A lot of times I'm finding that I think maybe a lot of people like chefs and cookbook creators might maybe like pull back on like the amount of spice used, but if you like it, like add it, because the more the better for you, you know? It adds just as much different fibers and everything for a microbiome as like, you know, all the other stuff. And, I mean, I don't do calorie counting, but it is calorie free. Okay. All right, now we're going to be going on to our guacamole. Okay, so you'll see in the system, the SDR, I recommend like grocery shopping during the week because grocery shopping, unless it's something you love, grocery shopping sucks to go on the weekends. Do you guys grocery shop on the weekends? I do not like it. I do not like it unless I'm going to some fancy like farmer's market or something, which never happens around here. I don't know why there's like no farmer's market. It's so hard. But I hate going to grocery store on the weekends. Like it's just, I went this Saturday because I did not have zucchini, and of course they didn't have it. And it was just so full of like people and like all the packers, like everything like was gone. It was just, that's where I got this limp cilantro. It's like, it's not fun, and I just don't like it. So I always suggest to do, I recommend a grocery shopping during a Thursday or a Friday. That's what I do. I'm mainly finding myself doing a Friday. I do a lot of my grocery shopping at Costco, and then I'll have to go to a specialty, other grocery store. But anyway, so we're going to do our guacamole. What I was saying, the reason why I was saying all that is because when I buy avocados, because I go, you know, Thursday or Friday, I always buy my avocados hard. I want them rock solid. And I'd rather give them time to soften up, which these are really soft right now. All right, now I'm smelling things. Now it really feels like Taco Tuesday here. Okay. All right, let me just mix these up a little bit more. I'm actually gonna turn it down right now. Okay. So when you make your guacamole, avocados do oxidize like extremely fast. They will get brown really fast. And the way you stop the oxidizing is you add it to acid. So when you make your guac, you want to do your acid first. And these limes, I can feel it already. They're very concentrated. Like, I don't know how to say it. Okay, this one has a thinner skin. You can start, after a while, you can start really feeling your lemons and limes, and you want to find the ones that have the thinner skin. The thicker skin this has a thick skin, and it's just, nothing's coming out. Another thing I do is you can buy, which I'm probably going to end up using some of that because not a lot of this is coming out, and I want maybe a little bit more acid. I'm going to show you guys anyway. Good shortcut. It is, I mean, you can buy lemon and lime juice now just without any added ingredients, and it is so worth the price. Like, this jar is $8, and I mean, to get this much lemon juice out of like what costs more, it is so worth it. Okay, there we go. I know, and that was lemon juice, but you know, I don't know. I'll do lemon and lime, whatever. Okay, so we got that. Actually, I'm going to move this sauce out of the way real quick just so you guys can see. There. You can kind of see. It's getting so quiet. Oh my gosh, it's already been 20 minutes. These feel really soft, these avocados, but that's okay. I'm just going to go with it. Not too bad. Look, nice and green. Wow, they were really soft. To get out the pit, I do that trick. You guys have probably seen that before, maybe not. And what I do is I'll do like a rough slice for it. Wow, it's already done. I can't believe I've been talking for 20 minutes. God. Okay. Woo! So there is some residual heat off there. And I'm going to get it out in a second. I just want to get my avocados in my lime and lemon juice real quick. They can hang out there. It's fine. No, nothing's going to happen to them. Okay. Already covered. I'm going to do better. And as far as like your guacamole, that's another preference type of thing. Like, some people like really smooth guacamole, and some people like chunky. Some people like, you just figure it out. You know what I'm saying? It could be a look thing too. I like in between. I don't really like, I feel like when it's too smooth, it's just, I don't know, it just looks like more of a sauce, I guess. And guacamole is another thing you can start adding like different things to. A lot of times guacamole, red onions, but again, I'm not adding red onions. I'm keeping this simple because we already have onions added to. I'm gonna take this up here now. Yep, to our fajitas. We've already been cooking them up. And I'm going to use something different. This spoon is not going to help. I need like a fork smasher. I'm going to add some jalapeno because I want some spice. If you don't like spice, don't add jalapeno. But honestly, the only thing that's spicy in jalapeno is the seeds. So if you don't like that, it's gonna. All right. So the way I do a jalapeno is I will like cut off the top and then I'll go down the sides because all the seeds are in the middle. And see all that. So I'll just like start adding. If you want to have some spice, then you add like the seeds. I do try to cut off. I don't like the white, so I cut off that. And do that with my peppers as well. Just the whites might be cutting off a little more than I should right now. Yeah, I just think the whites don't add any flavor, and I don't like the way they look. So I don't like the whites. It's funny. All right, and I'm just going to cut it really small. Okay, so I'm going down lengthwise. It's like squirting at me. Watch it because this does burn. I had this. When I think of jalapenos, I was starting to make my own spices because, and that's how this whole cooking thing started really happening. Is because I found out how anti-inflammatory raw garlic was and turmeric, and this was like 15 years ago or something. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta like make my own spices. And I would go to a farm, which is awesome. I think it's in Montgomery, Maryland. Oh my God, this guy. It used to be, I think it's called Karma Farm. Awesome. Best. So I buy like huge sacks of like garlic, and I make all this garlic powder, and it was so good. It's so good. I still make my own in my dehydrator, and it's the best. I actually need to make some more. And look at this. I won't even talk with my knife. And I bought some jalapenos there to make jalapeno powder, because I was also like selling this stuff. I wasn't just making it for myself, I was selling it. And I was just really, really passionate about getting this out there. But anyway, so I got all these jalapenos, like huge. And I'm like making all this garlic. I was just cutting them all up. I wasn't wearing any gloves. I wasn't doing any of that stuff, even though I knew better. This is just so me. And then I make the jalapeno powder, and all of a sudden, or I'm like baking it in my dehydrator, and then all of a sudden, like in the middle of the night, my hands are like on fire. They hurt so bad. They felt like my skin was bad. I remember at the time, my sister-in-law and my brother were living next door, and I was like, oh my God, you guys have some yogurt, because I'm yogurt, because I was vegan and everything, and I only recently trying to add it, but oh my God, I was like just caking it on my hands and everything. That is for real, and that was some strong, because this was some strong organic farm jalapenos. So it was very potent. And that's a difference too. Man, wow. Anyway, I felt like that story was more interesting in the moment when I was going through it. Anyway, all right, avocados love salt. I am gonna add some salt to this. I haven't been adding any salt, right? To anything, but I'm gonna be adding, I'm just gonna add sea salt to this. Nice, generous thing. And now I'm gonna, I gotta open the drawer. Okay. Oh, God. Okay, anyway. Is it open? I don't know if you guys can see it. There's so much going on in there. Alright, so this I'm going to, because I do need this just a little bit more mashed, and I want to really make sure it's really coated with this lemon juice. When I do make a whole bunch of, I know I mentioned that I don't like I'd rather have it chunky when I'm making guacamole, but I do make like an avocado cream. Like when I have a bunch of avocados that are about to like be done with, what I'll do, like meaning they're like almost getting bad, what I will do is I'll put them in the blender with a whole bunch of lemon juice and lime juice, and they preserve their green like for a whole week. So I will do that, and I don't mind it at that point. But for guac, I want it to look more, just textured. I like the texture. Okay, what is next on our list? Tortillas. Okay, so I'm going to let me just clean up 1 second, and I will be right back. And oh my God, I almost did it again. I almost touched jalapenos and I didn't wash my hands. Okay. Things get that drawer. I'm gonna make a song. I started some like DJ mixing classes. I'm gonna make a song with that drawer. It's gonna be a beat. Alright. Sorry guys, I need to, I'm always cleaning, and I should have brought my trash can closer to me, which I'm gonna do right now. Okay, so, alright, we got our guacamole, we got our salsa, we got our chicken, which I need to take out of the oven. I think these are ready. The peppers and the onions, I'm going to take them off. Oh. Alright, this is the chicken thighs, which need to cool down. I'm going to stir the refried beans because I kind of neglected them. See how easy it is for us to kind of like, you know, these are just cans, so I'm just not doing anything. But these do need a good mix. I feel like they need to be softened. I think if you had, which I don't, but adding some homemade, like some chicken, not chicken broth, veggie broth to the refried beans would be really good. But it's really thick. Okay, so now we need to warm our tortillas and then we'll be ready to plate. So I am going to take this over here. So I'm going to show you the tortillas that I use. Yesterday I took them out to put into the refrigerator to dethaw. That is these Siete. Here, I'm also going to grab my organic lettuce. I did get organic lettuce. These Siete tortillas, these are the ones I use. I buy them frozen. I also buy these at Costco. And the reason why I like these is because the oil. They use good oil. I have made my own tortillas, but you know what? Like I said, we're cutting corners where we can. But I want to cook them just a little bit because they're kind of like not happy right now. So I am going to use this guy. I'm going to use this guy. Put it on here, and I'm just going to put it on like medium heat. And I can't remember if I added oil or not. We'll just slap it on there and see what happens. Okay, so what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to transfer these chicken thighs to the cutting board so I can cut them in slivers. All right. Feels so quiet. And so when you don't have a meat thermometer, you kind of just press it and it feels, it comes back to you and it feels good. Don't see any olives. Yeah, no olives tonight. They might appear in, I don't know, a few days. I don't know. You should, whenever you cook like meat, just kind of, let them cool a little bit. I don't know, that's what I do. So I'm going to take these chicken thighs. I'm not going to use these. I might not use all of these, and I'm going to put these away in my other dollar store Tupperware container. So, put these away. Hopefully they won't burn this. Do you guys like chicken thighs or chicken, I don't know, breast? Honestly, I don't know. I just think like when I eat the whole chicken breast, it makes me feel bad or something. I don't know. Okay. Okay. We got all them elements going on. If you just join us, we're at Taco Tuesday. We have finished all the elements of our chicken fajitas. We are just waiting for the tortillas to warm and for me to do something with this. Oh my goodness. Okay. Where am I going to put this? I'm going to put this over here. Actually, I know where I'm going to put this. All right. Now I remember why lives were so challenging. When you have a small kitchen. When you're doing this. Okay. All right, I'm going to put this over here. I just can't have that setting out. Okay, we're back. We're back. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're just going to shred these. Shred them to the size like of chicken fajitas. And again, this is when, because I didn't peel off any of the fat before I baked them. I just find it so much easier to do it at this point. I mean, it just kind of, I don't know, I just feel like it falls off naturally. All right. Now we got that. What is so cool about Taco Tuesday is like the assembly. You can just like, your whole family can like just participate in it. And it's almost like you feel like you're creating your own. You feel like you're creating your own thing. Like, especially with, I mean, with kids, they're like, oh, I made this. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's see what's going on. Just a little bubbling, just a little toasty. I might add olive oil to the next one. All right, and I'm just gonna shred some lettuce because I like some fresh ingredients, some liveness into my fajitas. And we're just going to pretend that these are pre-rinsed. Okay. Sticks around. Well, I'm just going to cut right on here because it is a butcher's block. All right. And I'm going to shred it. So it's just romaine lettuce, and that's the last ingredient I'm making for the fajitas. All right, so put that there, put this over here. There is a lot going on here. Holy moly. Let me just give my refried beans a stir. These guys need some water. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know why. Obviously, I don't make canned refried beans very often. But, okay. All right. All right, let's see what's going on with our tortillas because oh my God, I can't believe it's almost 7 o'clock. Wow, it took a lot longer than yesterday. All right, I'm gonna do one more, but you guys will get the idea. So just kind of crisps it a little bit, makes it still flexible. It's got the bubbles and everything, still nice and like that soft shell. And this is one we just played. So we have just to recap, we have our taco spice baked chicken thighs. We have our guacamole. We have our shredded lettuce just hanging out in the middle of the counter because I love that. We have our Pico de gallo, like fresh cherry tomatoes and cilantro. And then we also have our peppers and onions. So we have a lot going on, and you don't have to add all of this. You know, you can make different ones, but wow, this is really, look at all this stuff, guys. This is really, really nice. So we'll just start adding stuff. I'm going to add like my little bit of crunch with the romaine lettuce. I love using like the ends. Again, I'm probably going to end up overfilling this. Let me just flip that one. So this one, I'm going to add a little bit of my peppers and onions. Add some of my chicken strips. I mean, come on. Look at these like fresh chicken strips. And let that guy get in there. And then for this one, I'm just going to add some salsa. Oh, God. That drawer. I need that drawer. Add some salsa to this one. Alright. Put that to the side. And then I'm just going to take this guy off. Move that over. Turn that off. And then And for this one, I'm still gonna add, I like the lettuce. I'm still gonna add a little bit of that. Still gonna add some of these, little bit of these peppers and onions. And it is Fajita Friday. Did you say Fajita Friday? Don't cut chicken on wood. Yeah, maybe. Oh, you gotta clean it afterwards. And then this one I'll do my vegan one. So I'm gonna do a clump of this on here. Yeah, that looks so tasty. What is the deal with refried beans, man? But they are really good. Then I'm gonna cover them up so you don't see them with guacamole. And there you go. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. So check that out. You know, this is good. This took me a little bit longer, but again, you know, I'm here like trying to, you know, multitask like crazy over here in this small kitchen, and then I stop and start talking. But look at that. Taco Tuesday. Awesome. I mean, so good. Just the smells and the look. I can't believe it. So the idea, again, is that you create this theme of Taco Tuesday every Tuesday, and you don't always have to make chicken fajitas. You make anything that is going along with the Taco Tuesday theme, you know, which is Mexican. And you start getting to know. And in the PDF I created, I have different categories of all the different, and you really can create like, just to show you real quick. This is probably the longest episode we'll have. Everything else after this goes very, it's going to be very short. But you'll see in the Taco Tuesday day, like there's different categories and there's different categories of how to assemble a meal. And then you just kind of like pick, you know, a handful of them, and then you can create your own Taco Tuesday meal. And you already know that it's going to be like that. You can create fun. You can have fun with it. And look at all this extra stuff I have. I mean, I'll probably eat more than this. Now, I'm going to move on. Oh my God. Okay, I have a lot to clean up. I'm just going to, because I can't move on to the next one without cleaning up. But I know we're like, this is longer than I want it to be. I want it to be an hour max. So we are going to just do a little bit of prep for tomorrow's dinner, which is, let me just set these up front so you guys can see them. A little bit of prep for tomorrow's dinner, which is Mick Lindsay. The idea is you pick whatever name, you know, pick your surname of your family. And so the theme of Mick, can you guys guess what it is? Anybody? When you think of Mick? It's burgers and fries is what it is. And there's different kinds of burgers and fries you can do. You don't have to do the standard, you know what I'm saying? You can do, I mean, you can do sweet potato fries, you can do turnips or whatever. But I just thought burgers and fries, that's such a fun like theme for the summer because we can use the grill. All right, I'm gonna rinse this guy off. If you guys are just joining us, we just finished putting together Taco Tuesday. We put our chicken fajitas together. I showed the assembly of it. I'm going crazy right now because I have like all the stuff to clean up and I'm like crazy about it. Okay, so with the burgers and fries, all right. We're going to start off with making some veggie peels. We always have to have vegetables in all our dinners and all our meals. And like I said before, if you hadn't heard, I added vegetables that go with the summertime. So zucchini and summer squash are summer vegetables, they're summer vegetables. And so what I'm doing is I'm just peeling the zucchini with a vegetable peeler. It makes these beautiful peels. I love this. The idea is we're going to be stacking it on our, I know, so fancy, but you can also just have it on the side. So we're just going to be peeling till we get to the strips. I'm sorry, till we get to the seeds. I've had this veggie peeler since I have a lot of stuff since yesterday. I was saying I had used the same cutting board since I was 24. This veggie peeler, I was like 23. It's awesome. It's heavy. I love this thing. You take care of your stuff, it lasts a long time. Anyway, I am taking away the peel because I just don't like it. It's just going to be too hardy and everything. And yeah, these aren't from my garden yet. I don't know. So, all right, just take out that. Even though it's a beautiful, beautiful yellow. So we have zucchini and summer squash. Zucchini is, man, zucchini can like grow up on you. It can grow so big. All right. So it's starting to get flimsy. So quiet. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to throw these guys away, and then I'm just going to put these in a container. I'm going to use this for tomorrow. So the idea is with the summer dinner rhythm system is we just do a little bit prep for tomorrow. Just to kind of, it's that forward momentum already, even if it's just something little like this. Bring them on, what does it say? Bring them on camera? What does that mean? I don't know what this is. My live is saying bring them on camera. I don't know what that is. Rinse this off really quick. And what else? Okay, so this is something I do for my fries. I'm going to do standard fries, and I'm going to rinse this russet potato off. And the secret, what I do for homemade fries, I love fries. I love fries so much. They were like, potatoes are probably my favorite vegetable. So what I'll do, especially when it's summertime, is I make these fries. And what I like to do is cut up this russet potato into fry shapes. And we're going to put them in a bowl of salted water, and we're going to put them in the fridge overnight. Now, I find that this helps. It does reduce like cooking time. It can make them just a little bit crispier. I know that I saw this one time on like that Drivers and Diners and whatever that show is that's always on. But they didn't do it with fries, they did it with something else. But I had done it accidentally because what happened was I had made my fries and I soaked them, and I was too tired to like eat them. And I was like, oh, I re-soaked them and everything. And so I just, I put them in the fridge. I put them in the fridge, and what happened is I realized is they crisp more and they didn't take as long to cook. So I was like, this is awesome. However, obviously now I'm using this, oh, that was too much salt. Yeah, let's put some of that back. Yeah, it was a lot of salt. Okay, but this obviously takes space in the fridge, so you don't have to do this. Just do it like as soon as you get home. As soon as you get home, put salt. This is kosher salt. I'm going to put some water. And this is what's going to happen is you'll see it. You'll see how like, just take note of how starchy it is right now and how firm it is. And then you'll see once it gets like real limp. And that's a good sign. So we're going to just let these sit. I'm going to put these in the fridge. This is a big bowl. I probably will transfer this to a smaller bowl. I'm trying to use clear bowls when I show you guys, just so you can see. And put in the fridge, and then we're going to just air fry these tomorrow. So they're already ready. Okay, so the last thing we need to do, and I am considering, but I already did put it as part of the plan. So I'm just gonna go with it. I know this is running later than I wanted to, but honestly, this is probably the longest episode. After this, things are gonna go really fast. It starts teetering down. So we are also gonna make our burgers. Now I have salmon burgers in mind, and that's what's going to take me a long time, but I think I might just show you guys maybe like how to do like one of them or something like that, because it's going to take me a while. But again, the idea is, guys, this is burgers and fries night, so you can use whatever burgers you want. You don't have to make salmon burgers. You can use beef. Okay, so we have to take the skin off of this salmon, and this is what takes me. And now this is, when I show you, this is not professional. This is not how like you do it. I have a knife, but every time I haven't gotten the skills to do it yet, and I just started one time just peeling it off with my hands, and it just seemed to work. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm peeling the skin off the salmon with my hands, and you see it doesn't take that long to come off. It's not that bad. And for you to take the skin off with a knife, you have to get a special knife. Like, look at that, right? Look at that skill. Okay, just with my hands. So there's still some left over right here. I'll get to that later. And my next skill that I'm going to show, all right, because we need to chop this up really like ground, right? Okay, so this is my next thing. Rinsing my hands. Okay. I'm going to be using my kitchen scissors. They just work so much better than my knife. I think it's like maybe my knife needs to be sharpened or something, but literally like these kitchen scissors just work so well. So what I'll do is I just start chopping it away. Yeah, and so this is what it's gonna take me. It's gonna take me a bit of time, but hey, I told you guys I was gonna do this in like real time, so I can't shy away. Is this in the camera? Oh my god, let me just hide that behind the food processor. It's bad. Here, let's remember what we did today. These beautiful chicken fajitas. I know, I can't wait to rest after this one. Oh my god. This just reminds me. Yesterday was too easy for me. It had to be like more difficult for me. It's just having place to put everything, because I want to have a place for everything, and I don't want them to be sitting out and everything. And yeah, so anyway, so just chopping away. We've already done Taco Tuesday chicken fajitas, and we are on to McLindsay night, or whatever your surname is. So we're making, tomorrow is burgers and fries. Another thing is too, is I find that usually like by like midweek, we almost kind of need a refeed too. And I think burgers and fries is such a refuel meal. Like, I'm saying you can use burger buns, or you can use lettuce. I'm going to be using lettuce because I am doing that big russet potato. But hey, and I don't really think I mean, I sit at a desk all day. I mean, I am going to the gym in the morning, but my workouts are not anything crazy, high intense, like, anything like that. So, and I really want those fries. I really want those fries. I just love fries, God. I just love fries. I mean, when I was younger, I would just go, not young, like, by the time I got to be high school, I would go and just do French fries at the fast food place. So I'm trying to, you see how this is taking me, this was the one that made me like nervous. I'm like, oh my god. But again, I really want to show you guys in real time like how much this takes. I'm just cutting this up as small as possible. And this is about 2 pounds of salmon. Yeah. And like I said, you don't have to do the salmon. You can do regular beef, you can do beans, you can do tuna, whatever burger you desire, you know. And beef is a lot easier than this. But these turned out really well. God, my shoulders are starting to hurt. And I would try like my knife, but it just doesn't, it just doesn't do the job like the scissors do. But I'm going to do that now because I'm starting to feel like that's cutting out now. Yeah. So something like this, it's like, oh, like it would be so hard to like come home and be like, oh, I gotta make this burger, you know? But if you already have it done the night before, and there's something said about setting the burgers overnight, they can start kind of coming together more. And I made sure for the system to rotate proteins. Because that was, I don't know, that was important. I wanted to occupy everybody, and I finally do it. Well, I did vegan today. I got the vegan fajita. So I didn't just do chicken fajitas tonight. I also did, I guess what you call them, refried bean fajitas. I don't know, but anyway. And the refried bean fajitas did get a little bit of the taco spice because I did add some of it to the peppers and the onions. However, I don't know, maybe you could add some to refried bean, the can. I'm going to do that. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, I just want to make sure these are ground as much as possible. Alright, I think this is good. Alright. And I'm going to, something cool, I was watching Jamie Oliver. You guys know who he is? Should we buy you a food processor for Christmas? I have one. It's right there. I know, maybe I should use that. I didn't even think about it. I use it for the Pico de gallo, and I didn't use it for this. That probably. I wonder if I could have done that. Okay. Well, anyway. But you know, I'm catering to the people that don't have one. Anyway, all right, let's finish this up. Oh God, all right, it's like so boring. I was like so stoked yesterday. I was like, oh my God, I'm so good. I feel like I'm just going too long. Okay, here I go again. Okay, so anyway, I was watching Jamie Oliver, and he does like all of his stuff like. He mixes a lot of his stuff on his cutting board, so that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to add a little bit of Dijon. No. Squirt. And we're going to be adding a little bit of lemon juice, which I need to rinse this off. Did I do lemon juice? Hold on. I need to look at my recipe for a second. I got all kinds of random things going on here. Oh my God, this is like such a mess already. So I have the... I gotta like memorize this. I know I got dill, Dijon, lemon. What else did I put in here? Splash lemon juice. Okay. And a table. Oh God, gross. Oh, my hands are on salmon. Alright, so I'm just going to do a splash of fresh lemon juice. Jeez. I got some fresh dill I'm using from my herb garden. I'm going to use that. I love the smell of dill. You know, I didn't start eating dill until I had my meals until I was like in my 30s. Isn't that crazy? I was never introduced to all this stuff. Look where I am now. Anyway, sorry. I'm gonna add a lot. We're gonna be adding more of this to one of the sauces tomorrow too. So again, this is for tomorrow's meal. We're already ahead of the game. And tomorrow's live is gonna be fast. And then we're gonna add, we need a binder. So we're gonna add, we'll do salt and pepper. Do a little bit of pepper. I always use ground pepper, fried, peppercorns, because they just have more flavor than just straight up ground. And salt. Okay, and the last thing we're gonna do is, because we need to bind this, so what we're gonna do to bind it is we're gonna use something called lupin flakes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but something I need to do real fast, because this salmon skin is looking at me and I gotta move it away. And I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't think you guys can, but lupin flakes is something I discovered. This is a bean, and very high protein, very high fiber too. And it's awesome, and it's great because they have these ground lupin beans, which I'm using. When I did this before, I used lupin flakes, which I just ground with my hand, but I just discovered these. So this is actually the first time I'm using these. So this is kind of the first time I'm making this recipe in a way. But these are gonna help bind. And just so you know, 1/4 a cup is, you have 14 grams of carbs, 13 grams of fiber, and 14 grams of protein. I mean, so much fiber, like crazy. So we're not gonna add a lot. Maybe the first time you eat these, maybe like you don't want to go anywhere. But I'm really excited about this. I'm excited about playing with this more, because breadcrumbs is something that's very hard to find. That's completely like healthy for you. We're not gonna add a lot, because what's gonna happen is these are gonna seem really delicate, but then they're just gonna come together like overnight. Okay. And yeah, so what do we do? 1/4 a cup crushed. All right, okay, I will measure this. I know I've been really bad. Like you guys can start to see my code. I really just eye everything. It's all intuition, but I just want to show you guys. Do you guys see? It's like all ground up already. So I'm pretty excited. So I don't know if I'm going to use 4 tablespoons, to be honest with you, because I did that with the flakes, but I think I'm going to go lower than that. This looks so pretty, doesn't it? It smells so good. Let's add some more dill. Okay, I'll just do 1 more, just in case. Okay, let's put you to the side. All right, and let's make our burgers. All right. You should make 5, I would say 5, like maybe even 6, I don't know, we'll see. Just mixing it together. All right. This is when I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what to say. I gotta get my endurance back up to do these, I guess. Oh no. All right. It feels like it's coming together. I can feel it gel. I might have been able to get away with 2 tablespoons, to be honest with you. Great, Lindsay. Great for sharing some recipes that you haven't even done. But it's just because I changed up because I discovered those ground, but that's what happens. They're already coming together. But heck, it's like still getting more fiber. So what I'm going to do is make these into burgers. Yeah, bracelets. Yep. I got my avocado and what was the other one? A grapefruit. Yeah, it's because it's Taco Tuesday. I felt like it was really colorful, like I just want to make some color. Actually, before I do this, I'm going to show you what I'm really going to do. I'm not just going to make these on my cutting board. All right. I gotta rinse my hands again. Almost done, guys. You're at the home stretch. And I'm just saying that, like, really, this is the longest day. Everything else starts going, like, really fast. So don't freak out about, like, the system. Because it was very, very important to me that I made it to accommodate everyday life. Because, like I just said, like I mentioned before, I was at the office all day. I'm not at home and everything. I'm sitting in an office buying metal and sourcing plain quotes now, you know. But I really feel like this helps give me a unique position now to know what the lifestyle is like. Anyway. All right, so what I'm doing is, and maybe I should have done a bigger one. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to flash freeze all these burgers for 20 minutes. And then the ones that I'm going to make, that I'm going to have for tomorrow, maybe the next day after, I'm just going to keep. And the other ones I'm going to freeze. I'm going to wrap them in plastic wrap and then put them in freezer bags. Because my rule is, if something has this many steps and is freezable, then I'm going to freeze it, you know? Because then I can just grab it. I'll just remember. And another thing is too, is if I have my theme going now that I know it's like burgers and fries, I could be like, oh, I wonder if I have like, you know, a burger, and I mean, I'll do that, but like, and I don't act like that, but like, I would be like, I wonder, I'd be more like, I wonder if I have a burger in the freezer, you know, it helps you remember. All right, so I'm getting 5 burgers, and they feel good. Yeah, they feel good. Yeah, they're coming together very nicely. These are going to be some very fiber-rich omega-3 burgers. So they will be very good for our gut, very good for our brain, which I'm very interested in preserving, as I have been for decades now. All right, and the last one. Oh. How you guys doing? You guys hanging in there? This one got smaller. I might just steal from this guy because I feel like they were like unequal. Alright, I'll just show you these. Okay, now I gotta fix up this one. And you know, they don't have to be like perfectly round because that's what's great about homemade. All right, rinse my hands one more time. All right, guys, we did it. Oh my goodness, we did it. So I just want to show you, here are our salmon dill burgers. I'm going to flash freeze them for 20 minutes. I'm going to take some out. I'm going to take 2 out. One for the next 2 days. The other ones I'm going to put back in the freezer. Today, I gotta put this away for a second. I can't have that ending. Okay, hold on. I just need to make sure that we don't end on this kind of note. I don't want to end messy. Okay. Wow, that was fun. That reminds me when I used to do cooking lives. I'm like, why do I want to go back to that? No, but I got it because I do. I'm very excited to be back doing this. But anyway, so today, just a recap. We made pico de gallo fresh, so much extra. We're gonna be pulling that later in the week. We have guacamole, fresh guacamole. We have our taco spice chicken thigh strips. We have onions and peppers. We have refried beans. For tomorrow, for make Lindsay or whatever, God, Lindsay, you'll hold your shoulders back. Oh. we have this big bowl of potato fries soaking in salted water because it does help. I'm going to transfer this to a smaller bowl because this is too big. We already have our summer squash and zucchini for tomorrow, and then we have our burgers for tomorrow. That's a lot. And then tomorrow, like, I mean, it's gonna be quick. You will see. So I think it's time. I think it's time for one of these, which is not really a margarita, but I think it's time. But I thank you guys so much for joining me. Remember, the PDF to all this is available free for download. We have includes the flow, which is a part of the system, as well as the recipes. But then in the front, what it has is for like all different categories for your own Taco Tuesday. You just pick different, a handful of what you want for your Taco Tuesday dish. And I have a separate page for all the sauces and dressings and all that kind of stuff because I do feel like that needs to be separate. I thank you guys. Do you understand the system? Am I making this clear? I don't know. There's a lot going on. But I thank you guys so much for joining me. I will be back tomorrow tomorrow will probably be only like 30 minutes. It's gonna be quick. I don't know why I say that. Like, you guys don't like to watch this. I mean, come on. There's just so much good stuff. So much. Anyway, thank you guys so much. And I'm first going to clean up, and then I'm going to change, and then I'm going to eat this. I'm going to eat this probably really fast, too. So thank you guys so much for joining me. See you tomorrow.